Let's talk now to our Madrid correspondent, Sarah Morris. Sarah, what sort of help are the Spanish providing?
Well, the Foreign Minister, José Manuel Álvarez, has said that he's offered any kind of aid that Morocco would like. And he said the most requested aid is people who are experienced rescuers, specialist units that have already worked in disaster zones. And so many military units have been deployed. Many of those arriving on the ground, and they've been the first on the ground as foreign aid workers. Many of them have already helped in the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. So they are specialist teams because the job is to get people from out of the rubble if they can, and in these vital next few hours. Also, we've seen basically the regions deploying people. People who are already travelling from Seville, from here in Madrid, and we understand that a team from Zaragoza in the north of Spain is currently on a ferry crossing, and they should arrive later this afternoon. In many cases, they're also helping taking supplies like water and food and blankets, because as we know, many Moroccans are sleeping out in the streets because their homes have been lost, or because they're worried about unstable homes that could fall. And the Spanish aid workers are basically telling us when they arrive, sometimes their priority is to make the route out to those mountainous hamlets where aid is proving very difficult to get. They are very long routes, very high altitudes, and it's taking time to reach those communities.
Why did Morocco accept Spanish aid, Sarah, when the two nations have not exactly had the easiest of relationships, have they?
There's been a very rocky relationship. Probably the most rocky point was in May 2021 when the Spanish accused Morocco of essentially relaxing its border controls at Ceuta to let thousands of migrants into Spanish territory. And that was triggered, it seemed, by the Polisario front leader being treated at a Spanish hospital. Now, since then, the Spanish diplomatic services and the current socialist-led government seems to have worked very hard to repair relations. And they went so far in 2022 to recognise the Moroccan stance on Western Sahara, that its plan for some kind of negotiated autonomy was the best form of plan on the table. That provoked quite a lot of controversy here in Spain, because for 4 decades Spain, as a former colony of the Western Sahara, had not taken that position. But Spain moved the way other countries were moving, and since then they have struck trade relations. They have offered credit lines to Morocco, and it looks as if those relations are much better. Of course, Felipe VI, the Spanish monarch, was one of the first to send his condolences to the Moroccan people in a telegraph to Mohammed VI, in which he started saying, "Dear brother," that him and the Queen Letizia were devastated by the news.
Finally, Sarah, I just want to ask you an additional question. As you and I know, Spain is the closest European nation to Morocco. The stretch of water between Tarifa, the southernmost point of Spain, and Tangier is only around 12 kilometres. I mean, it's clear that Spain is also in a primary position to provide additional aid, is it not?
That's right. It's geographically, it's the closest neighbour. And of course, Ceuta and Melilla are Spanish territories which are in North Africa. And so they are countries that are neighbours that understand each other very well. We know that there are 1 million Moroccans who live in Spain, 18,000 Spaniards who live in Morocco. So the ties are very close. And as you said, many of those rescue workers are taking the ferry from Spain directly across to Morocco, which makes that journey a lot easier. It's been difficult for many tourists to get out of Morocco, and the Spanish Foreign Ministry is helping to bring those tourists that are stranded, particularly with young children, back to Spain, if necessary, on military planes.
Sarah Morris reporting there from Madrid. Thank you.